That so far seems to have simply vanished without a trace. Now, search teams are covering 70,000 square kilometers for Flight 370, which disappeared more than 4 days ago. Now, officials call this search operation unprecedented.
This is unprecedented, what we are going through. Coordinating so many countries together is not something that is easy. We're looking at so many vessels and aircraft, so many countries to all coordinate, and a vast area for us to search.
But one country is scaling back its search effort. Now, Vietnam appears to be frustrated by the information it's getting from Malaysia and said that it would wait for clear information on where to look. I want to show you exactly where the search effort is taking place right now. Now, the plane, it took off early Saturday from Kuala Lumpur. It was heading toward Beijing, but this is where it lost contact with air traffic control. Now, the search area was initially around that spot, but has since been expanded. And that's because some officials say radar recordings suggest that the plane may have turned around and gone off course, possibly flying back toward Malaysia. But at a briefing today, officials said further analysis of the radar data would be needed to confirm that. Now, we have 39 planes, 42 ships, and search crews from 12 countries, all scouring the seas and some land areas for any sign of the jet. So far, there's been no sighting, just several false leads. Now, CNN's Richard Quest is our aviation expert. He joins me now live from New York. And Richard, after we heard today from that rather frenzied press conference in Kuala Lumpur, are we getting any closer to finding the plane or what happened to it?
I have to say no, we're not. And it is perhaps worrisome and maybe not a little troubling that 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 days after the incident happened, and far from narrowing where they believe the plane to be, they're extending the search range area. And the discrepancy between searching in the South China Sea and the Gulf of Thailand and the Straits of Malacca and up to the Andaman Sea is really quite extraordinary. And that's why one other point is they are bringing in and they are admitting that they are seeking the help of other experts, the NTSB and the FAA from the United States, to help understand the east-west tracks of these radars. Because once the plane ceased to use its transponder, the secondary radar system was that they followed these planes by wasn't relevant, and you're literally just looking at a little line on a computer screen which does a ping every now and then. And it's finding out what that ping is and which one's likely to be relevant that they're now having to search, and they're now having to seek extra help.
And can you tell us more about the art of radar detection? Because there's a lot of readings and there's a lot of confusion out there about where and when the plane was last detected. Can you clarify what we know?
Yes, we know that the plane took off. We know that it was heading towards Beijing. We know that there was radar track of it going out into the Gulf of Thailand where it meets the South China Sea. And that's when it all now becomes murky, because we have one source from the Malaysian Air Force saying it did a turnaround and was headed back across Malaysia to the Straits of Malacca. We have a denial of that from the Prime Minister's office. We have the Royal Malaysian Air Force now saying they never said that in the first place. But by the way, we're still concentrating our search in the Straits of Malacca. So we just do not know, because they haven't released the information. They haven't made it clear what the radar tracks are showing. And now we have a bizarre addendum to all of this, with a report from an oil worker off Vietnam who says that there's the potential of something burning off Vietnam. Now, if that is true, or if they're investigating that as a serious option, then they really don't have any idea where this plane might have been.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that letter from that oil rig worker. It was going viral earlier today, and it raised just a lot of eyebrows here in the newsroom. What needs to happen next, Richard? I mean, we know that the search area has been expanded. Yeah, what needs to happen?
Very simple. Cool, calm, collected heads of an experienced nature need to get hold of the raw data and start working their magic, if you like. And what we now know is once you get the NTSB involved, and once you get the FAA and the Europeans, if they're invited, they are enormously experienced. You've got civil radar, you've got military radar, you've got anecdotal evidence. That's going to form the core once you get Boeing involved onto that table as well. I'm not saying for a second that the Malaysians can't do this. I am saying that in the heat of the crisis that they now find themselves in, that there is a distinct lack of information and clarity about what took place. And these external forces coming in will perhaps bring that shape and order that is lacking so far.
That's right. More expertise will certainly bring us closer to some sort of an answer here. Richard Quest, thank you so much. Did you want to add one more thing?
Yeah, I did want to say one thing. There's two distinct things here. I mean, the Malaysians, by all accounts, are doing a superb job of actually searching the waters. The crisscrossing, the making of the blocks, they're doing it all systemically. But what we're talking about here is a level of expertise of interpreting electronic data. And you really do need to go to the people who have that expertise. And it is the NTSB and the FAA.
And they're on their way. Richard Quest, thank you so much.